Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here to give you my 2019-2020 NFL playoff predictions. I went ahead and gave you my win-loss predictions, and then of course, you have two major trades that happened that affected some of my win-loss predictions, so you're going to see slight changes today. Just look out for that. Let's go ahead and begin with the AFC. Now, I already went ahead and gave you guys win-loss predictions. Check that video if you haven't already. But I have the Patriots first seed at 12-4, Chiefs second seed at 11-5, Titans third seed at 11-5, Steelers fourth seed at 10-6, Browns fifth seed at 10-6, and Houston Texans sixth seed at 9-7. Now, some people say that my records can sometimes be too low in terms of I don't give a lot of 13-3s, 14-2s. Look, I know that's gonna happen. I know there will be a team that'll have 13 wins, maybe even 14, maybe even 15. But I just like to have the max be 12, and if teams end up getting 13 and 14, I'm okay with that. I'm more worried about the order of these teams, and then if injuries allow them to go 13-3, 14-2, they face some injured teams, okay, that's fine, but I'm more worried about the ranking. And I look at these teams, are the Patriots a win better than they were last year? No, but if they have, an easier schedule, they will be. Are the Chiefs better than they were last year? To me, no, but hey, if they get lucky with injuries, they could be. So that's why I have the Chiefs like at 11-5 instead of like a 12-4, 13-3. That's why I don't have the Patriots at 13-3. But if they get lucky with their schedules, they could easily be 13-3. Now, the Tennessee Titans is the big shock here as I have it 11-5, but again, we're talking about a team that's been 9-7 for the past 3 seasons, and this is the most talent that they've ever had. There's a lot of big key players coming into contract years. They're going to put it all on the line, and to me, they're going to have success in Mike Vrabel's second season, and I'm willing to die on a sword for this prediction. And by the way, I have them losing week 1, so I'm remaining realistic, but really, this is where I think they're headed. We look at the 4th seed Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be close. We're splitting hairs. I have them having the same record right now, but I think I'm going to trust the Pittsburgh Steelers, who've been that perennial playoff team, a little bit more right now than the Browns. It should be their division actually moving forward for years. So that's going to be interesting to look at, but for right now, it's still the Steelers division to me. But then the Browns make the wild card at 10-6, and the Texans make the wild card as well at 9-7. Now, I really wanted to take the Texans out. I mean, after trading Jadeveon Clowney, I really wanted to stick them out. But honestly, when I made my win-loss prediction video, I actually was assuming Jadeveon Clowney was going to be out. The Larry Tunsil and Kenny Stills trade does help you. I will actually admit that. Will you be a double-digit win team? Yes, perhaps. But I think you guys, with the defense, losing Tyrann Mathieu, losing Jadeveon Clowney, it's going to be even worse, even more shootouts in Houston. No Lamar Miller, Duke Johnson instead, which isn't a big deal. Even as I said that before, it's not a big deal. But, Duke Johnson is not familiar with this offense yet. I think it has to be 9-7 for the Texans, but still, they're the team I'm betting to make the wild card. I'm off the LA Chargers. No Derwin James. Russell Okung going through injuries. Those are two huge, significant players. And then Melvin Gordon, I mean, this is a guy that you're going to miss. You shouldn't pay him $15 million a year, but you're going to miss him. You're missing value there. Missing Melvin Gordon, missing Russell Okung, missing Derwin James. I'm out on the Chargers. I think they're going to be around 500. Ravens, I don't trust Lamar Jackson. I think Tim's going to catch up to him. Jacksonville Jaguars are actually going to be more involved than I thought early on. I have them being 6-10. Now I think they're looking more 7-9, 8-8. But I don't trust Nick Foles right now in terms of a full regular season schedule. And the Jets will be involved, and I think they're going to be strong. I think they may be like 7-6 by week 13, and then end up like 7-9, 8-8. So those are the teams to look out for in the hunt. We move on to the NFC playoffs. We have the Eagles first seed at 12-4, LA Rams I moved up to 12-4, New Orleans Saints at 10-6. I think they take a little bit of a step back, but they'll still be very strong. I have some concerns with that offensive line right now. Detroit Lions 9-7, winning the NFC North, and I'm sticking with this prediction, people. I'm willing to die on a sword for this prediction. This is the most talent offensively that Matthew Stafford has had in quite a while. And when he's had talent like this, he's made the playoffs. And then you're going to have Matt Patricia working with this beast defensive line out there. I think they win games in a very flat NFC North where all the teams are very close to me right now. I think they end up winning this division. I think they're the only worst or first candidate in the NFL. They're clearly number 1, and I'm taking them. We'll see, though. And then Dallas Cowboys 11-5, losing the NFC East just so carefully. But don't worry, I do have some good predictions. But right now, to me, I love the Eagles. I love the Cowboys. I love them. I love these teams in the NFC East right now. It's just an unfortunate case that they're in the same damn division. And then number 6, Seattle Seahawks. So I had them 8-8 in my win-loss prediction video. A lot of you guys were upset. I thought it was fair. But with Jadeveon Clowney, 10-6, double-digit win team in Seattle, and actually a Super Bowl contender. I think he's that valuable to your team right now. I think he changes everything for your team. I thought you guys were going to miss Frank Clark a lot, and he's not the same player as Frank Clark. Frank Clark's more of a big sack guy, more of an athletic, well, maybe not more athletic, let me not say that, but more of like a quick twitch, pass rusher. But Jadeveon Clowney on this Seahawks team, adding him to the front that they already have that, again, was missing him, and now the secondary can, be, pretty much the mediocre secondary that they are, but still be able to have some more success. And then Russell Wilson having the offense that he's having right now, 10-6, double-digit team, Seahawks back in the playoffs to me. So I only have one new playoff team in the NFC right now, and that's going to be in the NFC North. I think we all agree with that. Some of you may have, different teams making the wild card. You might have the Panthers, you might have the Vikings, you might have the Falcons. Those are the teams I have in the hunt. I have the Bears, Panthers, Vikings, and Falcons all in the hunt. And right now, I have them all down for 9-7. And now, again, with injuries and stuff, some of them are going to be 7-9, 8-8. But if they're all healthy, everyone in the league is healthy, again, to me, they're 9-7 teams. So we'll see. Injuries will determine this. This is what happens. Injuries determine this. This is why our win-loss predictions are always wrong, because injuries determine everything. But right now, this is what I see for the NFC. So then we move on to the actual playoff predictions. Okay, so we start with the AFC playoffs. We have the Texans versus the Titans. And this will be a battle, okay? Don't get me wrong, but I gotta go with my Titans to win here. I mean, you saw it coming. You should have seen it coming. All right, and then we have the 5 seed Cleveland Browns at the 4 seed Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm actually going to go with the Browns here to upset, because I think the Browns thing is it's going to take them a while to really get going. I do think they win week 1, but I think after that they struggle a little bit. Take a while to get going. They get hot. Kareem Hunt comes back. Hunt and Chubb with the passing offense, with the defense, the young defensive players playing better. End of the season, I think they go to Pittsburgh and win. I think they get it done. And then we move on to the divisional round. We have the Tennessee Titans going to face the Kansas City Chiefs, and I have us losing that one. I don't think we can beat the high-powered Kansas City right now. But if our offense comes along during the year more than it looks like it will right now, then we'll have a different conversation. And actually, I do think the Titans will beat the Chiefs in Tennessee this year. I do believe that. So we'll see. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be tight, but I think Mahomes will have the better of us. And then we have Cleveland Browns versus the New England Patriots. I got the Patriots winning that one. Browns not ready yet, but they'll give a better fight than the Chargers gave up last year, and the Titans the year before that. We look at the AFC Championship. We have the rematch, the Kansas City Chiefs against the New England Patriots. And right now, I got to go with the New England Patriots again. Now, hopefully, Brady's age shows, and that's great. But, the Chiefs, Damian Williams, LaShawn McCoy, running back situation is not strong. Whereas the Patriots, and I think this pick was so genius, I think it gave the Patriots new life. This Sony Michel pick, I think it gave them new life. Now they can just run the ball well, with Tom Brady still being, a good passer even at this late in his career. I think it makes their offense so hard to contain, and their defense is still very strong, and their wide receivers, N'Keal Harry and etc. will be back at this point. Josh Gordon hopefully will have stopped smoking weed, and they're strong as hell. So go ahead and give me the Patriots to go to yet another Super Bowl appearance. All right, so there we go. That is the AFC. We move back to the NFC. We move back, and we have some interesting matchups here. As number 1, we have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to New Orleans, facing New Orleans Saints, and they got the Seahawks upsetting here. Russell Wilson has shown an ability in the playoffs to go on the road and have success, and I think he's going to continue that here. I don't think he has any fear of going to New Orleans and putting up a good fight. So I have the Seahawks upsetting here, and I have the Cowboys beating the Lions. This would not be an upset. The Cowboys I have projected as 2 wins more than the Detroit Lions, so it'll be more of a formality than anything. But I think the Cowboys are 2 Super Bowl contenders. And speaking of the next round, you have the Cowboys versus the Rams, the rematch, and this time I think the Cowboys get it done. I think the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders. Now, I don't love right now that Ezekiel Elliott is holding out and this and that, but I think it's going to be resolved, maybe even this week, but at the very least by week 4, I believe, when the Cowboys are 3-0. So with that said, I think they win this one. I think they beat the LA Rams. I like Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott right now more than Jared Goff. In the playoffs, we saw him in the Super Bowl. I think the Cowboys watched that film. I think they're ready to attack the Rams, and they do, and they win in this one. We look at the Seattle Seahawks versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be close. This will be tight. Again, now I'm really respecting the Seattle Seahawks, people. I think this thing changed everything. I think this Jadeveon Clowney situation changed everything for the defense. I think he's that significant for their defense right now. However, I don't think right now the Seahawks cornerbacks will be able to contain these Eagles wide receivers, especially Philadelphia. So give me the Eagles to win that one. And then we have the NFC East battle, the third of 3 matchups. What I'm projecting, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And right now, I don't know. But we're however many months out. We're 5 months out from this. Don't hold me to this because I just don't know right now. We're gonna have to watch these teams. We're gonna have to watch how they go through this season. However, I'm gonna do it to myself. I'm gonna pick the Eagles here, and I want to pick the Cowboys because I feel like it's that time of year. I think it's that time. I think it's the Cowboys' time. I really, really do. And you know what? Off script, I'm changing it. Let's just do it. Let's go with the Dallas Cowboys, man. And it sucks because last year I picked. I want to say I picked the Vikings. I may have picked either the Vikings or the Steelers. I picked the Vikings and Steelers to make the Super Bowl. And I picked one of them to win it, and both of them missed the playoffs. So I feel like I'm headed for that again by picking the Cowboys. But I think they're going to make the playoffs, and I think they're going to be strong. And I think with Zeke and this passing game, with these weapons that they finally have, and the defense are going to start coming along, I like the Cowboys this year. It's going to require a big game from Dak Prescott, but I think he gets it done. And then we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. And I have the Cowboys winning right now. Basically, I have whoever comes out of the NFC. Because although I do like the Patriots this year, don't get me wrong, and they showed us in the Super Bowl against the Rams last year. Don't doubt us. But I can't pick Brady to win at 42. Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. And even in the Super Bowl last year, he showed, he's not going to be that prolific in the Super Bowls anymore. So I think someone gets it done against the Patriots. I think it's not going to be until the Super Bowl, but I do think that is the case. Whether it is the Saints, whether it is the Rams, whether it is the Cowboys, whether it is the Eagles, one of those 4 will upset not even upset, beat the Patriots and win the Super Bowl. So for right now, I have it being the Eagles, for right now, I have it being the Cowboys. And MVP of the Super Bowl, it's gotta be Dak Prescott. I think it's gotta be the quarterback, man. I think he's gonna be the one. And look, I'm still higher on Carson Wentz than Dak Prescott. Don't get me wrong. But, he has a strong running game that he can rely upon, and I think he would actually end up winning the MVP, but it'd be close between him and Zeke, and maybe a defensive player if he has a big game. So right now, call me Skip Bayless. I have the Dallas Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. That's what I have. So what are your 2019-2020 NFL predictions? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.